You see a lot of fatigue?
Yeah, I do, definitely. And fatigue is a pretty loaded symptom because it can be so many different things.
Right. So, of course, lack of sleep comes to my mind as being a prominent issue, but
Absolutely.
it's not necessarily only that?
Not necessarily. It could be anything from a very serious condition that we need to diagnose, or it could be a iron deficiency or another nutrition deficiency. It could be a thyroid condition. It could be adrenal condition where it's, adrenal fatigue. So it could be a variety of things. Yeah.
How do you figure it out?
Yeah, well, it's definitely a puzzle.
Yeah.
And it can be a variety of ways. We usually do lab tests to see, kind of rule out any iron deficiency, like I say, thyroid condition, hormonal imbalance, adrenal imbalance. That's pretty easily done through either blood or a blood lab test or a saliva lab test. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess with all of the potential directions it could go, it's difficult to talk about fatigue overall in terms of how to solve that problem.
Right.
So what has been your experience treating fatigue? I guess it's hard to even say how long it will take to get people feeling...
Yeah, I mean, I've had some very straightforward conditions where people have insomnia, for example, and that's, I guess, what you were saying you first think of when you think of fatigue. So I treat that with a variety of different ways. I do a little bit of cognitive behavioral therapy, which has been shown to greatly help with insomnia. We do a little bit of supplements depending on what's going on, some teas, some herbs. Sometimes we'll do acupuncture, which can also be very effective for insomnia. So yeah, it really depends on the patient, what they're looking for, and whether there is something else going on.
I think what's revealing to me about this little chat here is when I think of fatigue, I just think you need to sleep more.
Right.
But it seems like there's a great opportunity if you can find a naturopathic doctor to get help with that.
Yeah, that's really well said, because I think it can be very frustrating because people are like, well, I'm sleeping. I've had a patient who was sleeping 12 hours and came to me and like, I'm exhausted all the time.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was an underlying chronic condition that was going on. So I think that naturopathic doctors can be really useful in solving those mysteries, those things where, everyone else seems to be throwing their hands up in the air and saying, or we don't really have time to kind of look through all the deeper layers here.
Yeah, because what would a conventional doctor do?
It depends on the doctor, right? And it depends on what some of the other symptoms are.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that they would do some of the testing, but a lot of times they just don't have time. With 10-minute visits, it's really challenging for them to sort of see if there's any other symptoms, to kind of connect some dots. And some of them are excellent at doing that, and sometimes they just, like I say, don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.